Cloak and Dagger. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm going to assassinate my opponents with Etrata Deadly Fugitive. This deck wants to hit the opponent with assassins because each time we do, we cloak a card from the top of their deck. And I can even pay 4 mana to flip that card up, cast it, or just get it into play for myself. We can even discount that flip using cards like Training Grounds off the Trackhand Trainer, or we could just flip the card using something like Sassin to blink it back under my control. This deck is running a very niche typal strategy. Assassins. There aren't that many assassins in Arena, but we're playing the best ones, the most evasive ones, and of course, some new assassins, which is part of why we're playing this deck. Not only were there some assassins in each set we've had across the last year, we've also gotten 2 new assassins that play very nicely with each other, Black Widow and, thematically correct, White Widow. We also have Viper, which isn't as impressive, but compared to some of the other assassins we've got, they are just fine. Because assassins don't like to work together. They're kind of a solo act. But when you put them together and you start getting a little bit of death touch synergy on hit synergy, and of course some good blue and black spells to back them up, assassins can take your opponents down and take their cards while they do it. So let's take Etrata into the queue and start stealing some goods. The Gitrog monster. That's one of my favorite frogs. Gitrog's gonna be drawing cards whenever a land goes to the graveyard. And they can play additional lands, and with, well, all the fetches now in Arena, the frog is scarier than ever. I would say the Gitrog monster went from a pet deck for the occasional landfall and self-mill enthusiast to, well, this one's consistent and quite good. Yeah, my Urborg's actually going to help them a bit. Hello, tiny hobbit. Always bolt the bird does not apply when playing assassins. Always assassinate the bird, might. Oh yeah, Gitrog monster is great. It's still a very good card. A swamp, a hobbit. They might have a kill spell, but come on, just let it happen. Just a little massacre as a treat. Yeah, I'm trying to do a thing. The thing is not that impressive, but it's cool. It's cool to me. And look, assassin synergy. The assassins mostly have death touch, so White Widow makes them grow. And I still explore. I mean, I have fetched. Oh, okay, well, I have fetched, and I may not wish to fetch again with that fella out here. That is, Agent Flash. Or Opposition Agent, in this case. They want to punish me for fetching my lands. Do you have a 3rd land? You got it, right? 1 Bristly Billiam. They're playing a land. Do you want to just, like, make him big? I'll make him small. I'll kill every creature in play. I shouldn't, but I might. They still have 2 mana up. Springheart and Intuga, they want to clone this. Okay. Ooh, Mox Amber. Yep. Playing this, but not using it to fetch, because I'm going to use Urborg to make it tap for black mana so I can kill Opposition Agent, so I can swing in with both of these. Actually, all 3 of these. Everybody in. Bristly Bill can trade with White Widow. Do you want to trade with White Widow? Yeah, I turned him into swamps. If nothing is a 1/1, how does Massacre Girl pop off? Don't worry, there will be 1/1s. The answer in this deck is there's a lot of assassins that are also 1/1s. Alright, we got Primal Might and Verdant Catacombs. You can also, like, Massacre Girl and then swing, and if another creature dies in combat, the triggers continue. It's until end of turn. If they play a land, it could be Frog O'Clock. This makes me think it's Board Wipe O'Clock. Well, I'll make it so you're also killing your Nantuko. That was a very angry hobbit. Yup. We're losers. Each and every one of us. I could play Etrata. Or I could pay 6 life. Yes. I could pay 6 life. They assembled a team. I have more lands than they do. Where's your lands, Mr. Froggy? Admittedly, I have more lands in part because I stole an Ice Till Explorer. It would be irresponsible of me to not pay 6 life. I agree. Looking good. If I pay the 6, I'm dead in 3 turns. And I'll be all the happier for it. They'll be dead in 3 turns as well. The One Ring. I will not be stealing from them. I guess I'll just pay 5. Just kidding, I'm gonna pay 6. Maskwood Nexus. So even my rogues can be assassins. Yeah, ramp is hard in Dimir. We do what we can. You playing that frog? Please play the frog. I promise I will not pay 6 life next turn. I said I wouldn't. I'm not doing it. A burdensome. You're not sure you believe me? Why not? I can be trusted. Sometimes. Occasionally. Yeah, you can trust an assassin. She helped solve a mystery. She was not the one who caused the murders. Neither was Massacre Girl. Okay, well, actually, Etrata did cause one of the murders, but she was under the influence of a pollen. It's not her fault. Oh, the horror. Oh, the frog. Will land light for a Gitrog deck? Sure seems it. My paper Gitrog deck is, like, actually half lands. Ugh. Fine. What's up? Can I pay the 6 if I have Phyrexian Unlife? You cannot pay life you don't have. But this is not actually paying life, it's losing life. So, yes? Yes. I'm being a responsible gamer. See? I'm making my assassins nice and strong. I'm not paying life. Aren't I a responsible gamer? And I'm even swinging for lethal on the turn that I have it. Serarak, the Arc Lich. Something about this deck loves just matching into combo decks. I put more kill and counter spells in as I was developing this deck, unfortunately cutting assassins, because I kept matching into decks that are just doing a thing to go infinite. And in this case, it's casting their commander an infinite number of times per turn in order to venture into Dungeon of the Mad Mage over and over, and not Tome of Annihilation, which is what he should go into. It's, by the way, so funny to me that this has an alchemy change that has never been relevant because nobody ever has attacked with this card. You just go through other dungeons. Yeah, they'll probably have some discards, lots of kill spells, board wipes as well, since they don't really need to play into the board. All right, they're duressing, so I will heist in response. They'll drop my Fell the Profane. That's the only choice. Okay, so I can take one of their combo pieces. They can't see this. They do not need Paradox Engine, by the way. There are multiple ways to be able to cast this Serarak for free or refund it. Things like Relic of Legends, Jet Medallion. You discount it down to 0. But I think hitting this Paradox Engine is pretty meaningful. What do you hit? Fell the Profane or nothing? Yeah, they're reading my cards like, why would you be playing those? Because I'm an assassin type-al deck. I'm playing assassins because I'm an assassin deck. Not that anybody cares. Ah, the Mind Stone. They could either play a Serarak or ramp. They're assessing my assassins. They're probably like, wow, look at how much stronger they made this. Speaking of alchemy buffs, this card was made from a 1/2 flyer into a 1/3 flyer. Let's do it. White Widow, one of the new additions to this deck. Going to make our Death Touchers grow and steal me a Cold Steel Heart. More ramp, lucky me. I'm already confusing them. My plan is working. Genius, Amy, genius. Necropotence to put tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of cards into their hand. A nasty card in any mono black combo deck because as long as you have life to pay, like, you just keep going. You want to play this once? Oh, yes. What is the Tome of Annihilation if not the ultimate dungeon showroom? It really is, for anybody unfamiliar with D&D, a showcase of the nastiest traps and player-killing things that you can throw into a dungeon. You want to torture your players? You use the Tome of Annihilation. As Serarak, the Arc Lich, this is his domain. Not that you'd be able to tell from this. I guess I could attack first. Get myself 2 triggers. I could actually see myself maybe casting this Paradox Engine if I steal enough mana rocks and flip them, but that is a long-term plan. We get our +1/+1 counters. I steal Diabolic Intent and Diregraph Colossus. I guess that gives you another way to win casting this over and over. I don't think I need more assassins out. I'm gonna take a peek at their hand. Okay, so Moonsilver Key. That would get them Relic. If I hit a Sararak, it's like, whatever. It costs 2 more for them to cast it once. Do they forget to Necropotence on their turn? Yeah, this guy is a zombie wizard. They venture deeper into the dungeon and get a treasure token? Nope. Make the White Widow unable to attack, maybe. They get a card in hand, they get a card in hand. I'm swinging in! 4th land, who needs it? I got a bunch of little guys. This is holding priority. Yippee! They're almost dead. Let's see what we steal. A swamp. That is not exciting at all. Okay, let me seize your things. What do you got in there? Oh, Carrick. Sure. Put him in the trash. I don't think I should be playing either of these. I'm gonna cycle this to try to find a land. Great. If they get a board wipe off of the Sararak triggers here, the Runescone Caverns or Mad Wizard's Lair, then maybe they'll get out of this. But like right now, I'm in a pretty good spot. Having the White Widow into Etrata, getting us a lot of good early damage. Also, stealing the Paradox Engine. It's like a moral and emotional victory. Sararak ventures once more deeper into the dungeon. They get Champion of the Perished and Sib Sig Ceremony. So Sib Sig Ceremony is a way to go infinite if they had one more thing to pay for the black on a Sararak. Would make them a lot of zombies. But it looks like Necropotence might be their end. They pay for life, saying, I'm already dead. Yes, you are. That's why you're a zombie. Glarb, Calamity's Augur. Sultai, good stuff, and it costs 4 more. They can get it off the top of their deck. They could also just play lands off the top of their deck. And since they have a death-touching commander, they'll be able to trade into my assassins. I will want to take a look, though, at what they've got in that hand to slow them down. All right, counterspell, kill spell, discard spell. More kill spell. The cut down can hit Etrata, so I'm actually going to hit that. It's a 1 mana, kill my commander, and that's, you know, that's a bummer. Do I want to hold this as a land? Probably not, because I have 4 things here. Yeah, like 4 mana spells. Play that Malakir Maya. Play my commander. It's Etrata. They're fetching. This is Bajuka Bog, right? Yeah, okay. They chose not to Bajuka Bog. Ooh, Key Disaster. Thank you for the 13-month resub. So they could play their commander. Again, their commander can just, like, block trade with mine. Okay, they're not interested. Would I like to move my commander to the command zone? Yeah. Botanical Sanctum. Over to the bog. I'm going to go for Roaming Throne here because of the Ward 2. All of these kind of equally trade into Glarb. This one has Menace. That's the only thing that would help it get through. Oh, but they're pondering. Maybe setting up some cards for Glarbs. And, this is not going to surprise you, I would like to use my commander. Barb, just let it hit. Come on! Come on, Glarb. Okay, no more roaming, no more throning. I thought about also going for, like, Massacre Girl, because if you go for Massacre Girl first, it's like, you don't want to block. We know they have Fill the Profane. I'll play this card, Viper. This card is very stupid. It is a rare. It absolutely should not be a rare. Great. I get to choose now, since we know they have Go Blank. Which of these two would I rather have out? The one that's an assassin or the one that's not? I think I should flash out Enduring Curiosity on their turn. Because unfortunately, I think we're not going to be able to get the assassin thing going here. Oh, they bejuked the bog. You're not Go Blanking? Okay, we're not. Ah, because they have a Mystic Confluence. Bouncing my Viper. Countering my spell. And frustrating me. I'll replay Viper and I'll play Massacre Girl. No, not that Massacre Girl. The other Massacre Girl. Yeah, this is like a 1999 rare. Hey, if you put this in core, like, 19 or whatever, I'd be like, yeah, that's not a good rare, but it's a rare. What did they do? Oh, they inquired about Kozilek. No, this is Massacre Girl. You like her, right? She's cool. Yes! Etrata, go! I'm actually, by the way, like, kind of fine with swinging in there, just because it's like, I would essentially be trading with his Death Touch. What did I get? Veil of Summer. You know, if I can hold up 4 mana, that would be a very funny card to cast. No, my Maskwood Nexus. Come on, man. I'm playing Assassins. Ah, a bird. Just with Massacre Girl. I'll give it lifelink, sure. I'll give you 1 extra power, too. Look at me, I'm using my really good rare over here. We Cloak. And Dagger, which is a different card. So they get to see what's on top. They get to see what I'm cloaking. Which is a garbage. Oh, Yavimaya, look at that. It has to attack alone, yes. It was a theme from Marvel that was part of Black-White's archetype, was attacking alone. Some fake Exalted. Do I ever get creatures when I hit? I have almost entirely played against, like, combo decks, so no. No, I don't. I think if I mash into some aggro, I might. Alright, everybody in. They're surveilling. And this should take them to 1. If you're wondering why not just go with the Masker Girl and, like, pump, I don't trust them to not have kill spells. Are you kidding me? The Glarb deck. All right, what do we steal? For me? For me, one card, please? Yeah, I like this more because it also, like, lets me hold up Veil of Summer. It also lets me win the game. Rude boy Glarb. Killing my assassins. Don't you know they're supposed to kill you? That's what they do. They're assassins. Baron Helmut Zemo going to fill up the graveyard and bring things right out for the cost of an attack. If they can get enough devotion in the graveyard, it looks like Papa Parker over here will be getting some free spells. I know what I have. It is Assassins. And I will pay a great amount of life in order to play them because I am doing my best. Yeah, we are running Assassins of all shapes and sizes in this deck. I'm gonna sneak out this Sneakling. Are you worried about my Hull Carver? Don't. It's a 1/1. It is Death Touch. Its most notable feature is that it is an assassin. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. It's in everything. Just a little guy. They're both just little guys. Look at them. I assume if they do have a kill spell, though, they'll use it on Etrata. And I feel they are a mono black deck that is looking to set up a combo. They have kill spells. Bitter Triumph means that my assassins are now just kind of doing a little. Speaking of assassins and new assassins, this is a new assassin, and it is so embarrassing to me that this is a rare. It's from Marvel Jumpstart. It is a 2-mana 2/2 that you have to be attacking alone, and you need to pay mana to get its abilities. I got a Dark Ritual. I'm gonna use a Dark Ritual. Let me steal. A Swamp and Sign in Blood. Okay, you are better as 2/2s. I'll keep that Cyclonic Rift as a way to interrupt Zemo. I still put it in the deck. Listen, I have a problem with mythic rare wild cards, but rare wild cards I am flush with. Murder! I guess I'll just have to beat you up with 2/2s. Gonna bear down for midterms. Ooh, 2 to the top. I will lose life again. You know I love lose life. Yeah, I'll just chill and flash out Wan Shi Tong. Since they need to kill these or set up blockers or something to do anything here. Okay, they only have 2 mana up. They haven't gotten their commander ready to go. Death by 2/2 beats. I mean, if it works, right? To the top, this time you will get to draw. Yeah, I think we just attack in and that's lethal. Perfect. Flubs the Fool. They're going to be playing extra lands and discarding or drawing depending on a number of cards in their hand whenever they cast a spell or play a land. Flubs is part of those tarot cards that's been introduced even more so in the next mystery boosters. It looks like they're trying to make a theme here. We got our fools and our wizards and everyone else. All right, well, I have a hired poisoner. It is an assassin. I just have to hope that they don't get like early playing additional lands, landfall, things like that. Great news. I have like 2 counter spells in my deck. I don't care about this. I'll swing in with my 1/1 and play Terminus of Return, giving me something to get the Etrata out next turn. They foretold something. My guess is it's an extra turn. Fabled Passage just gets them a tapped land. I'm going to say it's going to be a green one. Yep, nailed it. They admittedly got it at the same time I was saying, but I'm thinking like, oh, you know, double green for some big ramping. I would like to steal the top card of your deck. It's probably going to be a land or like a little cheapo thing. Oh, you know, I actually could see flipping this up. But I need another mana if I want to do that. Oh, speaking of another mana, Paretic Ritual into Burgy. Yeah, Flubs is a Storm Commander. It's a weird kind of Storm Commander, but I would still call it a Storm Commander. Patchwork Banner, naming Assassin, make it a little harder to block these baddies. They trade with one. We get a hit with the other. And find... Oh, Cyclonic Rift. I wouldn't be able to overload it if I flip that up, but... I'd still get it. Oh yeah, this is a great card. And it's an Assassin. And apparently our opponent... Well, they have all this anti-counterspell stuff. They don't have any anti-assassin stuff. Raph and Mikey, troublemakers. Against them, I'm going to want to have some of this instant speed response rather than just assassins, because, yeah, sure, I can block and trade if they have Death Touch, but that's not quite enough. They're going to be ramping, playing their commander, swinging in and cheating in some big, nasty critters. I have a Tail's End, I have a Sink into Stupor, I have Cryptic Command. We have some choices here, which is nice. Cold Steel Heart. Already the ramping has begun. I expect them to have, like, triple the mana that I have. I'll also note that even though this card costs 7, they could get it down on this next turn. With the power of rituals. They didn't have one. Great. I'm trying to decide if I want to, just assume they'll have it this next turn. I genuinely think that's the right move. So I could Dark Ritual into Patchwork Banner, and that's about it. Yep, I'm gonna have Dark Ritual into the Patchwork Banner. I need to be able to stop this on the turn it's coming down. Yeah, I hate that there's so many cards that are just a very linear, like, must destroy. But so long as they exist, we will have to deal with them. One, two, three, four, five, six. I might be okay using my Sink into Stupor just to reset the Worn Power Stone. Why are you hovering over your artifacts over here? I wonder if they're holding a Brotherhood's End. X damage, X lands. I have 2 other responses here, so I'm just gonna, like, walk that back into their hand. If they make it uncounterable, I should also be able to stop it once using these. And if you're wondering why did I not feel comfortable playing Etrata and stealing there, it's exactly that. It's like, I don't want to be using that. I want to be using this turn. Okay, World Soul's Rage. I would like to counter and draw. Trying to set myself up to do something. Let's Surveil. I don't have that many counter spells in my deck. That's just, like, part of how it is. I do have an okay number of kill spells, though. Bringing out Etrata so we can steal something. They're assassins. They should be killing. Okay, I just got a land. A Terminus of Returnimus. Ugin, Eye of the Storms. You will get to remove my commander, but I will counter the Ugin itself. It's enough of a problem card. My cat is yelling at me, honey. Honey, why? But yeah, I'll do it. And now I just have to steal answers from them. Analyze the pollen. No. It's a tutor. You playing Raph and Mikey? Probably. My cat wants to hang out. Legion Archive, they still have enough mana, I believe. They are not playing Raph and Mikey. Are you that afraid of counterspells from me? I used them all up. There's none left in my deck, I believe. So thank you for letting me get this damage in. Okay, redirect lightning. Yeah, we chill. Okay, Scraps, you want to come up here? Scraps? Nope. I feel like they forgot that they could cast their commander. Ah, the same Cavero that I've played against very recently that is pretty much all kill spells. You think I'm saying that as like a joke, but no, it is pretty much all removal and then a couple pieces to do a combo reanimation. You can see it in my recent, one of my recent Brawl Stars videos. I match into this person a lot, which really stinks. I'm somebody who likes a variety of games and opponents, and I don't know if it's because they're like stream sniping or just our queue algorithm matches us up together a lot. But it's weird to me that it's like every day at different points in the day, I will match into the same players. Well, I'll do what I can. You think this person just plays a bunch? It's very possible. Oh, look! Now everything taps for black mana! So they got blue, they got black, and I can just kind of assume that they will be able to kill my commander. If I attack with Black Widow, this is kind of like a Assassin Gix. Could be getting some stuff. All right, Etrata. They're letting me go for it. And what do we steal? It's Library of Alexandria. Mystic Sanctuary coming in tapped. As much as I would love to be able to, like, Black Widow, put the boots on it, I don't think it's safe. So instead, Enduring Curiosity. You can counter it. I'm fine with it if you do. I have a lot of on-hit themed stuff in this deck because, you know, that's what we're doing. We're hitting people. All right, what did I get here? Drowned Catacomb. So I've hit 2 lands. They draw, they discard. Five mana now. Is it board wipe a clock? Thankfully, most of the board wipes would leave me still with my booties. Oh, a Dark Ritual. Into a Worm. Massacre Worm is very good against Etrata because I'm making 2/2s. Alright, that's the Death Touch gets a +1/+1 counter. That's the Death Touch draw. We have Black and White Widows here. Isn't that fun? booting up. Yeah, we got White Widows and Black Widows. That's why we updated the deck. We got fresh Assassins. Unfortunately, the best Black Widow card, it's not an assassin. It is just a spy. It's like a spy hero, human spy hero. It's so silly. We lose 2 life. We get a +1/+1 counter. I draw a card. I draw a card. And now I'm going to move this onto you. Oh, look. Damnation. Damn. And now a mystical tutor. Let me guess. Tutor into Entomb. A classic move from every deck since they added these spells. To me, it is ridiculous that they added these. Oh no, Deluge! Yeah, there's a board wipe. Sure, take them out. My creatures! Yeah, they did make her worse, Gix. It's Gix, but only for Death Touchers, and it doesn't do big crime, but look at this art. This art's really cool. Oh, rude. Bring back my commander. Boot her up. I could use a 4-mana Armagon. You play a creature, I'm blasting it. Actually, it won't blast. It'll just flip it face up. Whatever, it's a 9/6. That's pretty good. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, I don't get the enter the battlefield unless I'm flickering it with Thassa. Agatha's Soul Cauldron, sure. Who we putting in the soup? My turn? Flip it up! Gonna hold my little cheeky counter spells here. Necromancy? What, you were gonna try to bring out a worm? That ain't gonna happen. Counter to spell, steal a spell. Yeah, a worm? A worm. Ooh, see, that's a card they really want. I don't want to be paying the mana for this. I think I just take the kill spell. And see what I steal. Ah, wow, Cavern of Souls. You see worm, you yell worm. We're all worm callers. They put the Enduring Curiosity into the soup. If I flip the cavern, would I get to name Assassin? I would not get to name anything because it does not enter with anything. Okay, Cavero's coming down, and he's coming in as a copy of... Is it the worm? Okay, cool. Let me just, like, hit him with the throat gophs. This does die, but also, like, I don't really care. I still have lethal. It's Yuriko. Ooh, I don't have anything in this hand that can kill something super early, but I do have good cards and some nice blockers over time. But it's tricky going up against Yuriko because the deck is fast, it's aggressive, and they do not pay command tax. Because, well, Commander Ninjutsu in this card is a mistake. A very widely accepted mistake, by the way. This is not like me just saying that. It's Yuriko. Come on, Etrata the card to have sneak. Not only does it give them card advantage so they can get more ninjas, but it also deals damage by hitting me. Alright, well, I guess I'll play my White Widow. This would be good at blocking this, even though it would kill it. Yeah, oh yeah, these are definitely comparable in power level, Etrata and Yuriko. The way this deck has been matching is it has been matching into some combo decks, some landfall decks, and generally very powerful strategies. I had to take a lot of assassins out of this deck and fill it up with more, like, generically good cards. But, like, you can see from this hand, I'm still chock full of assassins, because that's the point of the deck, is to play assassins. They dropped my Enduring Curiosity. I guess I'm just not curious anymore. Flare of Malice to kill White Widow. Aww. She was gonna get to hang out with Black Widow. They were gonna kiss, I assume. Black Market Connections. Ah, a fellow gamer, I see. I could play Black Widow or I could play Etrata. I think that Black Widow is gonna be a little bit safer. This dies to cut down. This does not. But they both die to Fell the Profane. Yuriko gets to swing in again, hits me, and I lose 5 life. Oh, joy. I'm almost dead. Goodbye, Graveyard. I think over Etrata, I'll play Massacre Girl, maybe get myself some card draw off it. They pay 6 because they can. I only have 5 life left. Yeah, it's just a 2-drop that hits for 10 and also can't be countered. They steal. My creatures, I think you just take Speed Brood Stalker and win the game. Oh, nope, Roaming Throne. Sure. Hurrah! Ouch! It was Seagate Restoration. Lucky me. Sorrel Genesis Shepherd. They want to sacrifice some lands and get some more back. I don't have black mana in this hand, or actually it would be pretty good, but I had the assassins and no way to play them. This time I still have an assassin, that's not bad. While Sorrel plays lands from the graveyard and is going to be buffing things up as they sacrifice. I guess it's actually any non-token permanent, but like, the land sacrifices are free. You sacrifice the lands. All you gotta do is fetch, 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 and more fetch. I'll keep that. I have my pseudo board wipe in hand. I have an assassin to go into another assassin, but they are in the colors of kill spells, burn spells, and ramp. So it will be pretty easy for them to kill Etrata if they're not focused entirely on racing to Sorrel. A Guildsworn Prowler. We love a cute tiefling. We have a tiefling rogue in our current party in D&D. They mill, they mill, they mill. Oh, I see a nasty card in the graveyard right there. Broadside Bombardiers. Let's see if they're interested in trading. The Aftermath for a Prowler. They are trading. Okay, that means I'll get to draw a card because my creature died and it was not blocking. Which is very fun text, if you ask me. When this creature died, if it wasn't blocking. It means, like, if they use a kill spell on it. If it's attacking. Oh no, Vraska! One assassin to kill another. Goodbye, Etrata. I don't have any way to reanimate her. Yeah, if I had one more mana, we could, Malakir Rebirth. I'm gonna heist over hitting, like, lands in their graveyard to see if I find something here. World Soul's Rage actually works! So I want to make sure I crack this open first. We have a land in the graveyard, lucky me. And I'll deal 1 to Vraska to get rid of her because she's very good at killing the assassins. I have more lands than the green deck. What's up, Super Shredder? This person is very stuck on 2. By the way, not an assassin. Or even a villain. He's just a mutant ninja human. Where are your lands? Okay, there's one. Augur of Autumn. Crack this open, grab a duel. Yeah, this person seems actually more focused on the sacrifice aspect than I would have thought. Assassin, it's what we do and how we do it. Give me your card. It's a Toxic Deluge. I'm good, thanks. This lets them play lands off the top. Look, there wasn't a land on top. There's a land, Phyrexian Tower. They could play Sorrel this turn. They wouldn't get much out of it. This is a good land. This is also a good land. Ooh, Baragoyf. I will say I need to kill it. I run it in my deck too because we have that on-hit theme, and oh boy, is this card good at hitting. Play Maskwood Nexus to turn this into an assassin. I'm gonna snuff out that augur. Swing in, do some assassin things. Sorry about your mana screw in a deck that I assume is running a lot of lands. The Scarab God. I will say a more efficient both control and reanimator and crime commander than my own. But I'm gonna keep this hand because if they do put something in their graveyard to reanimate, I'll take it. Or I'll just go for a scam. You know me. Always scamming. Turn 1, we grief. And either I'll go for something that I want to grief or something that they want to grief. Alright, so they have a Stern Scolding, Preordained, Soulstone. I'll hit the thing that counters my commander. And I'll reanimate grief. And I'll hit your Soulstone. Going in with the grief. And I'll just surveil right now. Boop. Ooh, Fear of Ridicule. I bet they have cool cards in their deck. I mean, Rotting Registrar. I feel like that's an unusual pick for a Scarab God. So I can either set up for Assassins hitting. I think that Fear of Ridicule, based on what I know about their hand, is going to be a better pick, though. They did not choose to preordain that turn. I wonder why not. Okay, so whatever I played that turn, they were going to remand anyway. So I guess I'll get 3 more damage in. They preordain. They'd rather do that than play a dinosaur. Probably because they still have cards in hand and they don't want to discard them. I'll name Assassin. But I'm not playing one. I'm actually going to play Enduring Curiosity to get an on-hit effect this turn. And the on-hit effect is drawing a card. Fire Nation Occupation gets them a 2/2 and gets them more 2/2s when they cast on my turn. I don't think they're gonna have a 1-drop here, but who knows? Nope, they just go for the chump block. We draw a card. Ooh, it's an Assassin. I'll play Etrata. I'll play Hull Carver. And a Watery Grave. Now I have Assassins. Have I ever played Magic professionally? I do play Magic professionally. Just in, like, the silly way. I don't really have much competitive drive. So as for, like, tournaments and stuff, it's just not something I'm really, really built for. So Scarab God, will not usually pay a, commander tax, because when it dies, you just put it back into your hand. Okay, a long goodbye. Yes, I enjoy whimsy. Oh, wait, Training Grounds. Oh, that's actually good in my deck, because it can discount me flipping up other things. Play Raven Eagle. Are there any creatures in graveyards? Wait, there aren't? Okay. My mistake. Hydroponics Architect. The bird somehow is an assassin. This is an assassin. Sometimes I would get invited to play in, arena tournaments. But I was just invited to be silly. And it looks like that's going to be lethal. We are just incredibly wide. The Scarab God didn't quite hit the cards it needed in the order it needed them. The wider they go, the less their spells cast for. Let's see. Or cost to cast. I got an Assassin. I got a Kill spell. I got the Heart of the Cards. I also have a board wipe, which is actually why I kept this, even though I only have 2 lands. This Witherbloom gives you affinity based on a number of creatures. So they want to play a lot of instants and sorceries that make them a lot of creatures. Many of them are going to spit out land creatures, mana dorks. There's even some alchemy-only ones that make, like, Marwyn and Llanowar elves. And on top of that, you play other creatures that generate mana or generate tokens to help you go wide. Bosejo goes away. Reno and Rude, I would rather lead with this just because I don't have a 3rd land. This is better to get an evasive attack in. This is better to just be like, well, if it dies, I'll draw a card. And I might need a card. Because I didn't get one. Okay, Reno and Rude to follow up. I'll get 3rd land, don't you worry. I believe. I can sacrifice Guildsworn Prowler to Rude and Reno and Rude, to get my lands. They're up to 4 mana now. 4 mana, 1 possum. Uh-oh, and a badger mole cub. Well, that's never something you want to see. Prosperous Innkeeper? That's never something you want to see. You never want to see him prosper. Okay, so I have to keep them off of Witherbloom if I can. Which I could do with Go for the Throat. I could also play Etrata here, but I think right now the name of the game is try to get to Massacre Girl. See what I steal? Ooh, yes, I actually will do this. I'm going to sacrifice Guildsworn Prowler. This draws me a card. Land, 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 land. Okay. And I'm going to play this Bridgeworks Battle, and I'll kill Tender Wild Guide. It's going to trade, right? I forgot that it gets a counter at instant speed. All right, I guess I should have gone for the cub. They can still play Witherbloom this turn, but they won't be able to follow up with another spell. Some of the spells that you can follow up with, by the way, are like Worst Fears. I have kill spells. I will do that. I will kill with spells. And I'll play Track Hand Trainer. It's mostly a distraction. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna get to 5. I got this. I'm going to get to play girl. Not this girl. This girl. Finale of Devastation for X equals 4. Don't be getting any Ice Tills. Ah, it's Ice Till Explorer. It's always Ice Till Explorer. This card is... I'm sure they have, like, landfall token makers as well. I know I did in mine. That's a land! Killing that Ice Till Explorer. I am now just 1 away. I'm just setting this up. They're checking through their stuff. They do have enough mana to play Witherbloom. And then they have 2 mana left over and a discount of 4. Let's see what they got. Pest Infestation. No, variable solutions for X equals 5. And they got a... What the heck is a Petrifying Meddler? Oh, well, it didn't get cast, so it doesn't get the thing. So I need this alive, and I need it to land. Beautiful, wonderful. The numbers all add up. It's a massacre. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. It's an assassin. It's a board wipe. It's a friend. It's a girl. Congratulations. And they're all gone. I had to keep my 1-2 alive because of their toughnesses. See, I got to 5 mana. Ignore that they have 8 mana, but they can't cast their commander on this. So here's Landfall making a token. Gonna work very finely with those fetches. Also gonna do a very good job blocking Massacre and the girl. I don't know, next turn it might have to be man getting hit by football. Man getting hit by cut down. Oh my gosh, wait, there's a huge pile of gifted subs. Thank you, Olmanati, for gifting 20 subs in the chat. Hot dog! Are you as excited as I am to cause a massacre? Thank you so much, Olmanati, for supporting the channel and hitting us with oodles of fresh hot subscriptions. All right, what do we got? Let's go, girl. Let's go, girl. It's Toxic Deluge. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna kill Mole Man. This is, in fact, man getting hit by football. This is your favorite stream on the Twitch, Adele? Oh, thank you, Shepard. Everybody who just got gifted subs over on Twitch. I hope you enjoy your ad-free viewing, your silly emotes, and only having to see Ice Till Explorer a few times a day. I'm still gonna keep getting them more and more ramp for this Witherbloom. At least they don't have Mole Man out anymore. Whoa, when did that get into the graveyard? Oh! Did it get milled off Takanuma? No, that happened after. Well, it's in there. Oh no, it did! It like, gets discarded. And it saw Hoof in this. I love Massacre Girl. Yeah, this card's great. Aw. Rip Etrata. I need Etrata out in order to cast this. But it only cost me 2 mana. That's cool. I could either weave the Nightmare and Thieving Haven or just go for Etrata. I think it's better to weave the Nightmare. Heist, kill the ice. Dismember and reanimate. If I had done that pre-combat, would I have had lethal off of Hoof? I'm just out here thinking, like, should I Ice Till Explorer? Yes. Yes, I think I should Ice Till Explorer. I have no lands in my graveyard. It doesn't matter, it's mine now. It's mine and nobody can take that from me. Oh, we breaching! Now I have lands in my graveyard. But what do you have? In my graveyard, what is the best card? Maybe Gonti? And there's... Mole Man is probably the best just for what's happening here. Yeah, the Hoof got exiled to pay for the, forage cost. That's why it wasn't showing up there. Okay, they're grabbing Raven Eagle to get a clue. Don't tell me to get a clue. No, my pretty boys from Final Fantasy VII. There's a card that's just like this, but better. That's a Black Widow card. But it's not an assassin, so it's not in a deck. What a shame. Play a land. Play another. Etrata. I'll turn you into an assassin yet. What's this? Face down card. This is a bird. To compete with my bird. How many cards did I actually have in hand? 2. Yeah, I would say that she is one of the more, like, you need to proactively be wiping the board against Witherbloom. Because if they actually get established, the sort of spells that they can cast for 1 or 2 mana, or that they just have in their deck and they get enough mana, are crazy. Again, Worst Fears is one of them. Okay, so if they're playing their deck the way I played my deck, Increasing Ambition, you can cast it twice this turn. But more importantly, you tutor for, say, Worst Fears. Okay, Verdant Rejuvenation works too. And what did you get? Okay, I see Bitter Blossom, Marionette Apprentice. They can now, by the way, Increasing Ambition again. This is tapping for 2 mana because they did get an enchantment on this. A lot of rejuvenating going on. Yeah, I think that the Hobbit set has at least very cute dwarves. And one of the things I'm looking forward to in the Hobbit set is playing dwarf typo stuff, because I've tried it like 5 times before with Magda, with DePaula. Honestly, every time they pick a dwarf, I'm like, I'm throwing the 7 dwarves in here and we're going to town. And now the dwarves are getting dwarf support, something we didn't have in Aether Drift. Also, Kaze Espada, thank you so much for the 3-month resub. Is this still... No, Toxic Deluge died. Yeah, hi-ho. Swinging with the Raven Eagle. I'll block it. They have many, many blockers. I would need something bigger than that. Something better than this. Because they can block all those. Hash Slinging Slasher. Changeling Outcast. Masquid Nexus. We're all assassins now. Every last one of us. Pass the turn. I'm in danger. You'd originally found the stream when I had done 7 coin flips getting the dwarves. Yes, I remember. There was a Mirror March deck where I was playing the 7 dwarves because, again, I love me some dwarves. And I got like 7 flips to get the 7 dwarves. Pure luck. I mean, pure skill. Definitely pure skill. Alright, they're down to 2, but they can gain a life off Raven Eagle. Oh no, they already gained a life off Raven Eagle. Marwyn's Kindred for X equals 10. Hey, this is the card I mentioned before that makes Llanowar Elves. What a silly stream. Yes, and now I'm gonna revisit my 7 dwarves addiction and play even more dwarves. I think we should do actually like a ranking for which dwarves are the best dwarves. 1 second, I'm busy dying. Okay, by the way, this is not a May. I have to click 30 times. Okay, almost done. Nice. Yeah, dwarf tier list. Who's the best? And why isn't it Thorin? Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's a 1-mana legend that's able to cheat heroes into play, but it costs you a lot of mana if you want to do it. It is 5 mana, or 4 if it's the turn that you played him. I'll just go for a Surveil. I've matched into a couple different Nick Fury decks, and of them, only one of them was actually a Heroes deck. Which is unfortunate, because, you know, it'd be cool if they were playing Heroes and I'm playing Assassins, and it's like... There's actually probably, even if it was only in one set that they've had Hero synergy, there's more Hero synergy than there is Assassin synergy. That's kind of unfortunate. It's true. They might also be Nick Fury cars, which is a build we want to do. And if you're like, what do you mean, Amy, Nick Fury cars? Okay, so Nick Fury does not just cheat heroes into play. He technically cheats heroes, equipment, or vehicles into play. You can build Nick Fury cars. Let's see what we steal. Yeah, so far they've ramped. Okay, multiversal passage. This tells me nothing. Yeah, dude, it's called Nick Fury Road. He can drive himself into battle. Yeah, dude, imagine you cheating a Parhelion too. I'd put the Parhelion in a Nick Fury deck. Why not? It'd be funny. Nick the Fast and the Furious. Oh, what's up, Cloak and Dagger? Look, it's a hero. And they get to look at my hand. What do you take out? Viper? No, they went for Go for the Throat, because that's the thing that kills this. Okay, fair. Dang, I didn't get a land for you. I'm gonna steal. Okay, Abrade, Redirect Lightning, and Restoration Magic. Free her! Aw. Protection from red? Sure! Alright, cool. I'll trade. They have another spell here. Oh, I was actually thinking it was gonna be like a bolt. Nope, it's Solitude. Taking out Etrata. You said Cloak and Dagger doesn't cloak. They gave us a mechanic called Cloak and they didn't put it on Cloak and Dagger. Here comes Nick Fury, and I believe they have black, white, green. There's no blue. There's no blue here. There's red. There's no blue. All right. Well, Massacre Girl! Go for it. I actually should have left this back as a thing to, like, threaten us. Alright, now they got some more mana. They got the blue on Ketria Triome. And they whiffed. That's it? You're not gonna cheat in any cars? That's a shame. I wanted to see his cars. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Man, this deck matches real rough. I cut a lot of the games from this video that were against things like Leovold or Kintorius, because it stinks to play a deck that's not playing the meanest version. I actually think that because of how Brawl is, you don't really want to build around Etrata at all. You don't want to build this. The only other assassins you want in this deck are the ones that are actively good on their own, like Unstoppable Slasher, maybe Raven Eagle. And instead, you just want to build Etrata as a Voltron deck that can move its equipment onto other good on-hit things like Psychic Frog or Baragoyf, or even Thieving Aven, while you support yourself with kill spells and counter spells. This deck has very few kill spells and counter spells in it because I would rather play assassins. But unfortunately, the way the queue works means that I will oftentimes match into something that is just chock full of removal. Board wipes, single target removal, just hitting Etrata so we don't get her effects, and that makes this deck a lot harder to run. That said, I still had fun because I like doing crime, and you know I like doing crime. I didn't really get to live the dream that much of like the Maskwood Nexus and Roaming Throne doubling them up, but I will say, of all the decks, this is one of the ones I actually really like Maskwood Nexus in. People are always like, why not just put it in every type deck? Because most creature types have enough support. And this one specifically is making creatures as part of its ability. So you use creatures to get more assassins, which happens to work out really well. I probably would have actually built this as more of a Voltron build, but I just released like 3 different Voltron videos because Marvel superheroes had some pretty good cards to be Voltroning onto. And I'm glad I got to show off some of the new assassins in this brew. If you have a commander you'd like to see me brew or update, let me know. You can find the deck list for this in the description of the video, and I'm trying to get to some of the things I haven't brewed yet and some of the ones that could use some updating. The only reason I haven't built some of the decks that I really want to build, things like a Runaways Play from Exile deck, is I'm trying to make sure I have enough mythic rare wildcards for the Hobbit. And man, do they print a lot of random mythic rares into Jumpstart and then say, hey, you want to play with these cards, right? And I'm like, yeah, I do want to play with these cards. Even though they're not good, I still want to play with them. Well, thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.